So what left-hand fingers you choose to play the melody and to grab chord notes, that can make a big difference in the smoothness of your performance. Fingering is a very important consideration. So here's the first bit. Now if we finish it off, now there you have a bunch of choices. You could do that just unaccompanied with no chord, but you could throw an open G string under that, and that would be okay. It's a very partial chord. It's only a 2-note chord. We're doing a partial roll, not playing our E string or our A string, because the melody note's on the C string. And in order to make that stand out, you can't play too many strings or it would drown it out. It would sound like this. That doesn't sound like Stephen Foster, but that does. So an open G string along with the melody note D on your C string 2nd fret, perfect solution. You could reharmonize that though. You could actually play that as an F chord and it would be. So you could play a G chord there or an F chord. You could do an A minor, a D minor. You have a lot of choices. That's the subject of reharmonization. That we're not going to talk about today, but just know that that spot in the tune is open for a few different chords. It's up to you to decide what the right one is. I generally play a G chord there, but you could play an F. You could play it, like I said, a D minor, an A minor. All right, so just making it real quick through the rest of the tune. Then we have in measure 3, if you're following along at home on your song sheet here, measure 3, you have a C chord with G in the melody. Well, that's cool because we can play that G note on the 3rd fret of our E string while strumming your open G string and your C string. So that gives you a 3-note, kind of a nice chord. So that works out just fine. We don't have to omit too many strings, just the A. So then the G7 chord that comes up later in that measure, that we're not going to do a full G7. Really, I compromise there. I do an open G string and then the D note on the 2nd fret of the C string. That's enough of a G7 to get it across to the listener. We can't do a full G7. That would drown out the melody. So we have to compromise. We have to do a partial roll of only 2 strings. So again, a partial roll or a rest stroke, if you prefer, is when your thumb rests on a particular string to make it not sound and to bring out the notes that you are playing, the notes you are strumming. It highlights the melody. That's what a partial roll is. All right, and then we go further. We need to fill that out a little bit with a chord. So we do that on the 1st beat. And then we do on the 3rd beat a C7 chord. That takes care of that, or with the better fingering, stronger fingering. So and then here, 2-note chord, 3-note chord. Here, perfect place to play an F chord because you have an open A string, and A is one of the notes in an F chord. So the melody note is the highest sounding note in the chord. That's the most perfect thing because you can play all 4 of your strings and not have to worry about those partial rolls, and you don't have to worry about omitting any strings. Then you take away your F chord and reveal a C chord. It's the same G melody note, but this time we need a C chord. So or you could throw that C7 in there, like I was saying before, which sounds nice. So this is a fairly easy tune to do a little chord melody solo on. Sometimes in chord melody we have to take it up an octave. Instead of playing, we might have to go And if you do that, if you play the melody up high on your A string, that allows you to play up the neck chords, to do bar chords. So there's an excuse to learn some of your up the neck C chords and G7 chords and F chords, etc. So you can do an up the octave version of this. So there's lots of ways, but I will do more videos on this subject in the future of arranging for chord melody, but I wanted to use this very simple Stephen Foster song to kick this off. So I hope you enjoyed that, ukulele people. I hope you got something from it. Let me know if you have any questions, if you want more information, or if any of my explanations didn't make sense. Let me know. I will explain it more clearly for you, or find a different way to teach it to you. So I hope you enjoyed that. Be sure to visit me on Patreon, and you can download this very nice little song sheet for free. And also, be sure to subscribe, be sure to like, be sure to click the notify bell, and I will catch you later, ukulele people. Bye-bye.